our spirit? What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEtte Ranae is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEtte Ranae.
Hey everybody, welcome. This is DeEtte here on School Through Spirit with WLTK-DB.com. This is School Through Spirit, and this is a show that does explore different people's spiritual modalities, their lives, or how spirit might impact them. Now, each week I do start the show on a discussion of which spirit has given me, and then we go on to our guest. And oh my God, today is going to be so exciting, guys. Today is Janine Estelle Lane. She is a trance medium out of the UK. You met her about a month ago when we just did a straightforward interview. Just a straightforward interview, which was amazing. Good morning, Tim. Today, she's going to trance for you guys. What that means is when she goes to the trance, her guides are going to come through. More than likely, I believe his name is Richard. He is the one that likes to talk the most, but other ones will come through. She'll explain all that in a moment when she does come on. But I'm going to direct some questions to him. I'm going to ask him, kind of like get the ball rolling. I'm going to ask him about myself, see what he has to say. And then if you guys come through with some questions, now these aren't questions like, oh my God, it's not necessarily questions of, like where, is my husband going to leave me or not? You know what I mean? These really are more, she just commented on my page. She'll be there soon. I'm so excited about this. So these are, and Richard doesn't really mind a lot of different questions, but he's going to give a very philosophical answer. So, try to broad base the questions a little bit if you have them, if that makes sense to you. And we'll just kind of go from there, see what happens. But you know what? Richard is amazing for going into trance and just really answering them deeper questions. So that's what I'm going to ask. Good morning, Jade. I just put the J and the Wade together, and I said Jade. Good morning, Jessica, which is awesome. I'm just so excited for this. I can't even tell you. So, and guys, I'm running my own cheat sheet today, along with everything else in life, just so you know. So basically what I'm going to be doing is kind of looking over to the side. I've already shared it everywhere and anywhere I possibly could. But what I am doing is all those wonderful things that that normally oh my gosh, there's so much. How do I do this? Oh my gosh. I just want to copy and paste the whole darn thing and put it in there. So basically, I'm going to let you know everything, where I'm going, what I'm doing right now. You can find me on Facebook. Oh my God, I have Twitter. Who knew? I have the Daily Card Pull on TikTok. Please go there. Hit the follow button. I got like 400 plus people that look at Good Morning, Nicole, that watch it every day, but very few people hit the follow button. Of course, I have I do meditations. I have opened up the next 2 months of my calendar. So if you want to go to www.deetteranae.com and book for your readings, it's awesome. I am going to let you know I do have a second show on WLTK-DB.com, which is strictly a reading show, which is Unfiltered with DeEtte Ranae. That's tomorrow night at at 7 p.m. And guys, I also have in the works of another show on another network. Okay, another show on another network. And don't worry, WLTK is completely supportive of me, which is super awesome, of my growth. So when that comes more to involve, I will let you know. It'll be Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. And when that comes together a little bit more, I'll tell everybody about it. So just to kind of make life a little bit easier, a little bit more interesting. So today, what was I going to talk about? Oh my God, let's talk about the lion in the room. No pun intended. But everybody that is anything that's spiritual other than myself, because you know what? Sometimes I am a little bit slow with things. And we are going to talk about the Lionsgate portal this morning, guys. The Lionsgate portal this morning, okay? And there's a whole ton of information on this. I'm going to read, you know what? I'm going to read a little bit, and it is the New York Post. So I don't know if that's like a reliable source or not a reliable source. But you know what? It's all about the gist of it. Now, right off the bat, I want to tell you how the Lionsgate, before I even tell you what it's about or what we're looking at energetically with it, but what the Lionsgate portal is, the reason I got its name as the Lionsgate, because it really is 8-8. Okay, 8-8. Eighth day of the eighth month. But how it got the name the Lionsgate is because the sun is in Leo right now and Sirius, which is the Lionsgate. Okay. But I really want to talk a little, that's how it's got its name, but I want to talk a little bit about what it's at and what it means for us. So to begin this, I just want to kind of read what they state here. And it really was the first one I clicked on here this morning. It says, manifesting and main shaking. The mythic Lionsgate portal opens today, a date observed by ancients, astrologers, and numerologists. The portal widens its jaws from July 28th through August 12th, but its powers are thought to peak on today. What are the origins of the Lionsgate and how can we maximize its potential? Now, the meaning of this is the power of the Lionsgate lies in the cosmic synergy between stars, signs, and numbers, but the term itself refers to the annual alignment between the sun in Leo and Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, also known as the Alpha Canis Majoris or dog star. God, that's a mouthful. Now, ancient Egyptians did venerate Sirius as the personification of the agricultural goddess. So I can't say her name, so but that name, and associate the star's helix rising with the annual flooding of the Nile River and the onset of the new year. And anybody that knows anything is even the ocean really does revolve around the moon and the moon cycles and the energy of the moon. You know what I mean? What all this really does come down to, I mean, because this article goes on and on and on and on and on. It really does. But what it really comes down to is today is a very powerful manifestation day. Okay. This day is a very, very powerful manifestation day. Which is super, super cool. Okay. Which is just super, super cool. So basically, when we're looking at this, 8-1 is the shape of the infinity. If you take 8, you flip it outside, it's the shape of the infinity sign. Okay. Which is continuation, a constant continuation, which is really nice. Okay. So it's a masterful day of manifestation, which is huge. Okay. That means really the universe is just aligning with everything and really kind of bringing everything together for us. The 8 number, the number of the 8 really does signify or symbolic of our abundance and our achievement. It's a power number of union of material and the spiritual represented by the interlocking cycles within the 8. Now, what's all that mean? That means that, what we are looking at today is a day to start thinking about what you want, where you want to go, what are your innermost desires, where is it you want to go with, okay? So that being a double dose of it, being the 8 and the 8, it offers opportunities for spirit to make a tangible and intentions of many different aspects, okay? Now, yeah, I just gave a ton of information that I really did pull in from a ton of different sources today. I pulled in this from a ton of different sources because I was like, oh my God, as you know, I've just, I'm a person that has always had insecurities within my knowledge or insecurities within stuff. So today, one of those things is I'm starting to give that up. But first I need to write down or talk about what these things are and then go with that. So what are we going to do today? Because now you got all this, okay, yeah, it's a great manifestation day. Yeah, spirit's opening up. Yeah, people are helping. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Don't we talk about that all the time? We always talk about that, don't we? We're always constantly, we take manifestation and we throw it down people's throats. And now it's a holiday for manifestation. You know what I mean? So it's like, where do we go from this? So really what this is today is, and I would, next year I will do more education as we come up to this. Okay. And which means I'm going to be much more knowledgeable about this. But as we're coming up to today, you're really starting to get yourself in alignment with who you are and who you want to be. Okay. So this type of manifestation isn't just the I want more money. I mean, it can be. It's not really about the I want to be smarter, but it can be. This is really about manifesting major changes within your life. That's what this is about. Those affirmations that change your life. These are the manifestations that really matter, guys. Really, really matter. Um, so it's and that's what today is about. So how I want you to go about this. Okay, so now that you know this a little bit, so we know that this portal is about manifestation. We know it's about really opening up the skies for this. We know it's been followed by ancient times. So how do we do this? Okay, so you're going to think about something within yourself. Okay, for myself, I'm a huge procrastinator. I suck. I procrastinate on procrastination. Okay. And I have found a million ways to procrastinate in life, a million ways, even down to the I'm going to get this done today, blah, blah, blah. This is going to happen. And then a million things will happen to get in my timeline, and poof, what I was going to do is gone. Okay. Because I don't necessarily always put a priority on stuff. I really suck at that. So, how I'm going to treat today is this. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write some intentions on. Well, let's step back a little bit. First, I'm going to go back to something I got today. And y'all know I love Neil Diamond Walsh. Okay. Y'all know I need him. I love him. Okay. So first thing I did, what do I want to manifest today? That's the first thing I had to do. What do I want? What changes within me do I want to manifest? Okay. And I already kind of knew it. I really did kind of want to know. I really did. But you know what? I asked Spirit, give me definitive on what the best way to use this day and this energy for. And Neil Diamond Walsh came up in my feed, and he wrote on his on this day of life, my friend, I believe God wants you to know post. He does one 5 days a week. But today says that you need to make a commitment. And once you make it, then life will give you some answers. It says Les Brown said that. And he was right. And making a commitment means more than just saying, I'll try. It means saying, I'm all in. I'm totally committed here. Even if the going gets rough, in fact, especially then. Okay. So first, what's my commitment? I'm not going to try to not procrastinate. I am definitely not going to procrastinate. That's my thing. So I'm definitely not going to procrastinate. That's what I want to change. Because for as much as you guys see me do, good morning, Sharon. As much as you guys see me do, I procrastinate a ton. And then I go, why haven't I gotten further in life? Well, this is why. So I really kind of started this last week. I started making changes. I would hear Spirit talk and I'd do it immediately. Even if I went, I still did it immediately. So today, I made the commitment to I don't want to be a procrastinator. I want to release that part of me. So what was the first thing I did? I woke up thinking that, right? I woke up before anything else. That's what I thought. It was really cool because my hypnotherapist got a hold of me. You know her, Deb Rizal. And she was like, so what date do you want to schedule your next hypnosis? Because I'd actually reached out like 2 weeks ago to schedule. And I procrastinated like, oh my God, what? And then I was like, oh my God, what do I want to do? Blah, blah, blah. I know I need this, but I don't even know what I want to do. So it was perfect timing to wake up to a 6:30 this morning text from her. And I went, you know what? These are dates. These are dates this week I'm available. And I know what I want to work on. I want to work on my procrastination. I want to know why I do this. I want to release it. I want to go on. And for me, I got to go back to the past lives to figure out why I do it in this life. So I know that's what we're going to do. So that's my first thing about manifesting a better me is I'm taking steps to make that manifestation change because I can't just put it out there and let it be. So the next thing I'm going to do is later on, as soon as I get off the show, I'm going to write intention statements. I no longer procrastinate. I am a person that does things efficiently and accurately immediately within my life. I do not wait for tomorrow what I can do today. And then I'll write another one. And those are two right off from the top of my head. I find myself going further within life every day because I do today what I can do today and put on tomorrow what is supposed to be done tomorrow. And I no longer look at yesterday. 3 different intention statements. Okay. Now, after I do that, I'm going to write each one of those 6 times. Why? Because each one of those, then I am committing to myself. I'm committing to myself that I am doing this. So it's kind of like, when you were a kid and you know what, you lied or something, and your mom made you write 100 times, I will not lie, I will not lie, I will not lie. Now, you might be thinking some other things, but the last thing you're going to do again is lie because you've written the statement 100 times. So then I'm going to write those things 6 times each. Why? Because I really want to get them in my mind. I really want to get them in my soul. I really want to know this day going forward that procrastination is behind me. Okay. And then throughout the day, I'm going to go about saying those. I'm going to put post-its up, okay, in different areas so that I can say those and bring it to my attention throughout the whole day. Okay. Now I'm not going to go, I do not procrastinate and say the intention and then think of a million ways how I have it because that's kind of, I'm doing what I just did. So I'm just going to go, I no longer procrastinate and walk away. Later on, I might see the intention statement, of a second one or a third one, and I'm going to say it and I'm going to keep walking. So that by the end of the day, I've said each one of these multiple times, multiple times. And then I'm going to watch my life start to change. I'm going to watch all these things that, what it means. And I will tell you what, this is one thing that happens to me is I get overbearing by things. I go overwhelmed. I go, oh my God, I can't do this. But I'm going to start to break things down. So if it's a bigger project, instead of going, oh my God, I've got to do this great big thing, I'm going to break it down into small parts of a project. Small parts. It's like, you know what? It's like making a list, checking it twice of a million little things so that throughout the day, I'm still working on what I need to get done. I'm just doing a checklist of what I need to get done within it. Hence, I will do today what needs to be done today and leave on the docket tomorrow, which needs to get done tomorrow, but needs to get done tomorrow. Not maybe get done, needs to get done, and will get done. And those things are going to help me to create a better life for myself and not procrastination and help launch me even further. Help launch me even further. And the funny thing is as I sit here and I talk to you, hold on a second. Moody Love, I'm good with not looking back, but today I'm committed to not compare myself to others and community. Excellent. I love that. I love that, Moody Love. I love that. But now as I sit here and I'm talking to you guys, and I look back on the last few weeks. Now remember, the Lionsgate actually started to open July 28th. July 28th. That's like, I don't know, a week and a half ago? I don't know. I don't have a calendar near me. I mean, if today's the 8th, 10 days ago, right? 10, 11 days ago, it started to open up. So if I look over the last 11 days, because isn't Spirit great? Spirit's amazing. I love how Spirit works. Spirit must have known what I was going to put out there, what I was going to start to change within my life. Okay. And they look back over this and they went, wait, let's start to line this up for her. So one of the things I want to quit. I want to quit this whole procrastination thing, but there's certain things I needed to do or I wanted to do. I wanted to rebrand myself. I wanted to level up me. I wanted to take myself from to up here. So a lot of that is viewing myself in a different way, viewing myself in a different light, viewing myself as some other people view me, which is pretty amazing. So part of that was, okay, I need new photos. So I would say about 11, 12 days ago, I scheduled that appointment, which will be next Wednesday or next Monday, actually. That's the next appointment is Monday. So I scheduled the appointment for my new photo shoot for my business. Check. Rebranding is overwhelming. I was speaking to a friend last week. Now I will tell you what, nobody's going to like this, but it's something I needed to do. I raised my rates, guys. I had to. I didn't have a choice. I raised my rates. I wanted to keep them where they were, but I really needed to raise them. Why? Because I'm manifesting a life that I can help many more people and I can serve spirit for more people. And with doing that, it's a lot of travel. It's a ton of travel, guys. I am all over the place. And I don't know if you guys have seen the cost of gas or airfare, let alone hotel rates. Oh my gosh, it's through the roof. So I had to raise my rates. So even though I hemmed and hawed and I didn't want to do it, and I have been procrastinating like you wouldn't believe. One night after talking to a friend, bingo, they went up. Exactly where Spirit wanted them last year, but so they've been working on me for almost a year to raise, well, probably over a year to raise these rates, but they finally did it. So bing, the rates went up. Now, they also said to rebrand me. They told me to go down to my first name years ago. I was told, I would say 11 years ago, the name that I would be going under before I even thought about dreaming about doing a psychic reading, let alone creating a business around it. And she said, use your face, use your name, make sure. Well, so I used my first and middle name. Even when I did that, Spirit said, no, just your first. And I went, no, I'm going to do it my way. And then I procrastinated ever since, knowing I did the wrong thing. So last week, after the rates were raised, it went to just my name. And then they said, create a new logo. And for all you guys that listen to me go say, I don't do tech, I don't do tech. I literally started a few weeks ago going, I do tech, I do tech, I do tech. And I created my own logo. I created my very first logo by myself. And I put it out there. So I'm now just DeEtte, and I've got my beautiful raven in a beautiful, beautiful picture. So as you notice, these are things Spirit's been having me do. As I hear them, I do them. As I see them, I do them. Okay. Now, do I have a ways to go? I do. But Spirit's been working with me for the last almost 2 weeks to work on the procrastination. Hear it, do it, hear it, do it. All these things I've been procrastinating on for a year. Some of them longer than a year. I've been pushing out, going, I don't want to do it. I'll get it tomorrow. I'll do it whenever. Boom. In the last 2 weeks, I have been knocking them off one by one by one, one by one by one, which is releasing my procrastination ways. Pretty huge, huh? So today I'm going further. Today I'm taking this even further out. And I'm getting rid of all of it. I am done procrastinating. Now, you all got, anybody that knows me knows I'm a workaholic. I don't know how to stop throughout the day, but I don't want to do it. Ugh, I'm the worst of the worst. So as of today, that changes because that's something within myself I want to change. That's something within myself that's got to be released. So today and tomorrow, today, not tomorrow. There's no more tomorrows. Today, I want all of you to stop and think about what it is within your life you want to change about you. Now, if you're perfect, that's awesome. Keep going on with your badass self. Hopefully one day I get there. Hopefully one day I get there. But I will tell you what, if you find that you have things to change, you find you have things that you want to develop, you find that, you know what, think today, what is it in my life that stops me from my future? Okay. Now, this is not going to be, oh my God, I don't make enough money. Oh my God, you know what? I don't have the right job. It's none of that. This is what characteristic of you, what characteristic of you needs to change to create a better life for yourself. Okay. Now, that's huge. That's huge. Okay. So with say if you're working on for me, procrastination's all about, you know what, those ideas that come in, writing classes, doing more events, getting on the ball to find those places today, not tomorrow, not next week, but doing it. If I want to do it, I got to get it done today. I got to get this on the dockets today. I need to have a whole board going to say this is done and this is done and this is my goal plan and this is my manifestation board. This is my vision board. So today I'm also going to make a vision board. And that is really just a board saying this is who I am. This is what I want to get done over the next year. I'm going to do it because I'm no longer procrastinating, because I'm going to get this all done. So look at yourself and say, what is it in my life? What characteristic within my life I can change? I want to change to be a better me, to get me further in life. Get me further in life. That's what this is about, isn't it? What is going to help you get further in life? And it is you, your own characteristics. So you have to look at those. So today is really about that hardcore look at yourself. Where do you want to go? How do you want to do this? And then just do it. Because guys, you guys are rock stars. I'll tell you what, you guys are rock stars. Okay, so let's pull a card. Janine says she's about to come in soon. Of course, we'll have a commercial break before she comes in, but oh my God, let's pull that card, guys. Let's pull a card on just today, just on the 888 day, just on this Lionsgate portal. Oh my God, I can't make this up, guys. So you see me shake, you should shake, you see me shuffle, 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 shuffle. See this beautiful design? Oh my God, I could stare at this and meditate on this. This looks like a lion's eye in the middle looking at me. What about you? What does that look like? I'm telling you. So what does this say? Awakening awareness. There are many levels of awakening. Keep learning, putting yourself into situations where you can grow. Stay aligned with your inner guidance and do what you love to keep your vibe high. Seek not instant pleasure, but substantial and sustainable joy. Eat healthily, keep your body active, and have life goals, but with enough space to hear the answers to your prayers. Find your unique way to connect to the divine inside you, not as an external seeking, but as a receptive allowing. Be inspired to see the question at hand with a different perspective. Look between the lines for a deeper interpretation. Now that is your card for the 888 Lionsgate today. Okay. With that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick station break. When I come back, I'm going to bring in Janine, guys. See you in a few. This is DeEtte Ranae with School Through Spirit on WLTK-DB.com.
This is Patty Negri.
Hi, I'm Pete Orbea.
Hi, this is Nicole Strickland.
My name is Hero.
My name is Sean Clem.
Hey everybody, Cleet Keith here, author of Ghost of Greystone Beverly Hills. I'm excited to invite you to the OC Paracon, which is going to be the first week in October.
Now that's just some of the people you're going to meet at Orange County Paracon. That would be Anaheim's first ever paranormal conference. I'm Henry, the organizer and also the host of Paranormal Perception, inviting you to meet those people that you just saw. You'll meet everybody, including some guests, some people that we haven't even announced on the website. It's going to be a surprise. Everything, info, tickets available on that website, ocparacon.com. Hope to see you to kick off our favorite time of the year in Anaheim at OC Paracon.
Take us with you on the go and download the new WLTK-DB mobile app. Search the App Store and Google Play under WLTK-DB Talk Radio. Download free today. The unexplained. It's all around us and usually supplies more questions than answers. You need answers. You need Cross Country Paranormal. Founded by Benjamin Young, CCP seeks to train, educate, and mentor anyone that has a passion for the paranormal. CCP is building a network of teams and investigations across the country, and all experience levels are welcome. Learn more about CCP on their website, ccpinvestigations.com, where you can find frequently asked questions, check out their equipment, follow their latest events, and of course, shop. Visit them now at ccpinvestigations.com. That's ccpinvestigations.com. Cross Country Paranormal. All are welcome. All are family.
Hey everybody, welcome back to DeEtte. This is DeEtte here on Schooled with Spirit with WLTK-DB.com, and I want to bring in Janine. Hello, love.
Hello.
How are you? I'm so excited. You don't even know.
I've been sitting here. It's been feeling very strange being back here because watching what you're doing back there. So, yeah.
I can believe it. I can believe it. Well, first, I mean, everybody knows who you are because we just had you on. Okay, not that long ago. So everybody knows you're a trance medium. You know, you're going to bring through your guides, which is amazing. I wanted to let you know I have a backup. If my world falls apart over here, because I know and you know trance is no joke.
Yeah.
It's no joke.
It's like
if there's no joke, and if by chance I lose internet connection, I need to let you know, everybody else, and don't get scared. Because I don't know if I have to let your guys know too. My producer will come on the voice to continue. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's what I want to let you know. If by chance all of a sudden I disappear and my voice is gone, but you hear a man's voice, it's Todd.
Do you know what though? I got to make you laugh. I guess it's going to make you laugh, right? Because Richard's had to have a lot to deal with. I think there was a reading I'd done. It was about a year ago, and I don't know what the hell happened, but somebody kept ringing my messenger, even though I had it muted. Because if I'm doing like video messenger calls, even though it's on mute, anybody can still ring you. And it rang 5 times all the way through my reading. And the person said, "Did you realise your phone rang?" But Richard never faltered once. He just carried on talking all the way through the phone ringing. So,
and that was just it. That's what I was explaining to my producer ahead of time. He's like, "What's going to happen?" I said, "If."
Don't worry about it.
If. It's like, don't worry. I said, Richard talks more than I do. He's a rock star. Richard's going to have this. You know what? If he doesn't get an extra question throughout this, trust me, he's going to talk the whole hour. I don't even need to say anything because Richard's beautiful, but somebody at that hour point is going to have to go, "Thank you, Richard, for coming on." Richard's still going to be talking in 4 hours. And poor Janine will be exhausted.
Oh my God. Do you know what though? It's so funny because the more noise that's around me in trance, the better I am. I don't know why it is, but I've just got so used to noise and interference that I just step back even further and I said, "Oh, okay, I'll step back further."
You're my buddy doll. That's why I'm like, I got to have a backup for Miss Janine just in case. Just in case,
Oh, bless.
So,
I can't see the chat. Why is that?
If you put on comments on the very top, it says regular comments. If you click on that, do you see it or no? Yeah.
Oh yes, I can see where I am. All right, okay, I'm with you. Right, okay.
So not everybody that's out there, when Janine brings in her guides, it's going to be her guide. She's not bringing in everybody's loved ones. That's just too much for this. It's just
be here all day.
we're not doing that. Trust me, it's beautiful when it happens because she has brought through my grandpa. She has brought through my sister. She's brought through my grandma. I mean, just sporadically they show up, and it's truly a blessing. But this is really about her guides on the other side that are going to come through and speak. So we do have a chance. Like I said, I'm going to start the ball rolling by asking some questions when Richard comes through. But if people come through with some questions that Richard might be able to answer, I'm going to ask them,
Yeah,
just
absolutely. Fire away. I mean, the more complicated the question, the better Richard is stimulated, because that's just the way he is, he just responds to really, I don't know why, because if you ask me those questions out of trance, I would be like running for the hills going, "No, I can't answer that. I'm going to get back here."
Exactly. Beautiful. So at this moment, I'm going to give you some moments to do what you do, and then we'll say hi. We'll say goodbye to you and say hello to Richard. Because guys, that's what we're doing. We are saying goodbye. Janine came in to say hello. I'm here, and she's leaving us now.
Yeah, I'm going off to the after school. Do you know what though? Before we start, I'm just going to make you really laugh, okay? But today I had the builders outside digging the road up, jackhammering and drilling, and I know I like noise, but I thought this is a bit silly. I thought, oh my God, 3:30 if they're still here. And then the next door's gardener decided he would start trimming and cutting, and I said to Spirit, I said, "Please put a gentle word in before this demonstration." And it was literally like at the 11th hour. It was like 10 minutes before they all stopped what they're doing. So I thought, "Oh, thank you, Spirit." So
Beautiful.
Crazy,
Beautiful.
isn't it? It's boiling here as well today, so very hot. I got hay fever as well, so you have to excuse me if my trance is a little bit, because I'm like just...
You are totally fine, because you and I both know when you start to go, spirit takes over anyways. My best readings have been when I've been sick as a dog. Sick as a dog, my best readings. They really are, because spirit just takes over this body, and I'm like, good, I'm great. Give me the reading when I'm sick. Why?
Yeah.
I feel good for an hour.
We've got less energy to fight them then, haven't we?
There's no energy. It's like, I'm worried about my body, and trance just happens because I'm worried about
Are you okay if I do like a little opening prayer or something?
You do whatever you need to do, darling. This is all you now.
Okay, then. May we invite my trance guides into this space to bring the empowerment and the knowledge of the spirit world, to bring protection and love into this space, and to bring any guidance that is needed. As I step aside and surrender, I welcome you to blend, and so it is. Amen. Okay. I'll see you in a minute then. If anybody doesn't know, I don't know, but it takes me 3 to 5 minutes to go into trance, and it'll take me a couple of minutes to come back. So see you later. You can hear me okay, can't you?
I can hear you. So everybody out there that's watching, we're just going to go silent for a minute, and Richard will let us know when he's here. So don't think we've disappeared or we're on mute, because we're not. We're just going quiet.
Yeah, Janine hasn't come on live just to go to sleep.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. That's exactly what you did.
Yeah. Okay, see you in a minute.
Okay.
It is Alice here, and she has gone a little bit too sleepy, I'm going to say to you, my dear. So give us a little bit longer, my love.
Okay.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Hello, Richard.
We're always quite happy to be here and communicating. And I will say that we're getting very used to communicating through, Janine, and having time to chat, of course, on your side of your physical life, of course.
Oh, I love bringing you through, Richard. I love talking with you.
Yes, well, you'll have to watch that we don't talk too much, my dear, is normally what we tend to do. So I'm always saying that we don't want to get told off. And yes, but you may continue to ask your questions, or otherwise I will just keep talking. And I'm quite happy to do so, my dear.
I thank you, Richard. I do have some questions today. We have, as I'm not sure if you understand, I have you on my radio show today with Janine here. So I have some questions, but my viewers might have questions also, okay?
Yes,
Beautiful.
most gracious.
So I want to start with asking a question about myself or my life. Where is my journey going with my mediumship and my career?
I'd like to say to you, I would say many of you are concerned about where you're going, aren't you, with certain abilities and connection to spirit. But what I would like to say, actually, in this space today, many are very worried that they're not hearing their spiritual team very well, I want to say. But of course, we've had to struggle along, I would say, in the last couple of years to adjust the vibration a little bit. You see, my dear, there has been much change in your physical world, and many of the spirits, and like myself, we will always adjust the vibration around the medium, depending on what is going to happen around certain events with the medium and around what is happening externally with the medium around the world, you see. And the way that you think and the way that you heal as well all comes into that vibration. So I would like to say to you, my dear, we're very much working with yourself, and many other mediums will have their guides too. We will be manipulating that energy to change the, I would say, greater communication a little bit. Many of you will understand the communication through the heart space. You receive the messages there too, of course, and you want to receive from there, and you will understand from the right and the left as well. You say, well, I hear my guides, and I know Janine tries to look for me over her shoulder, but of course I am always in her energy. But of course, we try to move you forward and try to say to you that the energies are coming in a lot more in a subtle way, a vibration that you may not be aware of with your senses, or even your line of sight or eyesight, or even in your clairaudience. We will be bringing in different vibrations to communicate. So it is more on, I would say, the sensing, feeling, knowing, and not trying to understand the communication before it comes through. And I would say trying to look for the messages, isn't it? So I'm going to say that we're going to be very much working on yourself, my dear, and many other mediums. Many of the spirit realm will come together to do this, my dear. But greater communication is, I would say, very complex in that vibration. Because, of course, if you're having a day where you're a little bit stressed or you're going through some emotional healing, we have to manipulate your auric field again to change the way that we communicate with you. And I would say that we change the way that we communicate every single minute of the day with you, depending on what you're experiencing, my dear. And I'm going to say that is what they're going to be working on with you too, my love.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. I do resonate with that. I do resonate with that. Thank you. Now, another question would be, today is considered the Lion's Gate portal, a day of peace, a day of infinity and manifestation. How does Spirit see that?
Well, you talk about the Lion's Gate, don't you? That great portal of change. And the Lion's Gate is potentially a form of change and vibration within your world and in ours as well. And it all comes to the healing, my dear. These different portals of vibrational energy, these portal energies that open are creating new vibrations for change and in your healing. But of course, you're trying to understand the portals, how they open, how they close, what these shifts of healing are meant to be. But you call it the Lion's Gate, but in actual fact, it isn't called that. Well, we don't call it that in spirit. We call it a vibrational energy, a frequency of light and energy to do with your facets, your spirit, and to many physical human beings that are, of course, living on Mother Earth, like yourself. They all have their souls, their facets. There are millions and trillions parts of your soul scattered within the universe, planes and dimensions, future, past and present. And your spirit, along many other human beings and their spirit, you call it the higher self, create these portals, you see, because you're already up there in spirit with us. This is why we know the information about you before you ask it, you see, because you're already up there. You're all creating the portals of energy. The whole world is. Every single human being is creating these beautiful portals to the Lion's Gate, as you call it. It is the invitation to your soul. Your soul is manifesting. Many souls are manifesting to reach you all for your great awakening, as you call it as well, the great healing. And sometimes what happens is these portals, like the Lion Gate, will expand out and open, particularly through shifts of healing. And I would say in the last couple of years, particularly with great world changes, as you understand, with many viruses, disease and trauma, and much energy, shifts of change will burst open these portals of energy as your spirit is desperately trying to reach you all, every single one of you. And it is saying it's time to heal you all, heal the manifestation of many soul lives. So you are indirectly opening these portals, even Janine is, and it is the great door, the gateway for healing into the God's presence, my dear.
Beautiful. One of my viewers would like to know if you know where her career is going along with this path, where it's taking her.
Well, of course, you know, I would say much changes. You're all looking for that right direction, aren't you? Where am I going, Richard? Please tell me. And I get this question quite a lot, and I will always answer with great joy. But of course, you know, we come to communicate, and the moment we tell you where you're going, the great mind will come into play and start to change and manipulate the course, your path, and where you're meant to go. We are very much designed in the vibration of spirit to help you find your way through the connection of your own spirit, to move forward, to communicate. And I would say to this young person is to say to them, it is the great communication with the higher self, to trust that inner voice in what it is trying to describe and what it needs. And I'm going to say it is go with passion, go what you feel followed by, what you feel inspired by, what makes you feel comfortable, what overjoys your soul. And that will be the path that they should lead, my dear, and for many.
Beautiful. Thank you, Richard. Another person, Lori, is asking, is this path truly hers, the one that she's on?
Well, I would say that many paths that you are all on, including Janine, I'm going to say, but sometimes she says to me, well, I feel like I'm on the wrong path, Richard. And I always say to Janine, every challenge and experience, healing, whether it is negative or positive, is going to leave you sort of in that beautiful path. You are all exactly where you're meant to be. Whether you're going through trauma or emotional trauma or much physical pain, that is there for the great lesson for yourself. So they are exactly on the right path, my dear. All of you are in the right direction as you should go, my love.
Richard, you couldn't have answered that more beautiful for the person who just asked that.
Yes, of course.
Thank
But,
you.
we always try to get Janine to step aside a little bit more. But we will always bring you exactly what you're meant to be receiving, because many of you are sort of looking in the mirror, aren't you? You look in the mirror and you say, well, okay, that's me. Where am I meant to be going? And you're trying to reach for the soul, and you're waiting for that little voice that comes down from the higher planes. But that little voice is sitting in the heart space. The heart is very much connected to the throat energy. They communicate together. And if the heart isn't open, the throat can't communicate, and you won't receive the answers. This is why that we get you, all of you, and inspire you all to go through that healing process, my dear. But I could talk about that for about 2 hours, and I know that you don't have that sort of time, my dear. So I will quieten my voice until you ask again.
Miss Caprice is asking, what do I need to do to communicate with spirit?
Well, it takes a little bit of time, you see. It's a little bit like a telephone box, isn't it, my love? And we didn't have telephones in my day, of course, but you are here on the physical plane. You have the higher self. And the higher self is the telephone call to us, you see. It is part of your spirit. So what we want you to all do is start trusting your own soul, what you need, what you aspire to do, what you want to do in your life, what feels right, what gives you joy, and in that vibration, to trust your own instincts, your own voice. And it's rather like picking up that phone, isn't it? And then when you start to trust it, we'll be able to come through and speak to your soul. And it'll be a little bit like sending that communication down that wire to the higher self. It's a little bit, you see, it can be quite difficult on spirit side, because you're all sort of wanting to hear us a little bit more clearer than ever. But we try to explain it is about listening to your own spirit, because without listening to the higher self that is up there with us, you are not going to be able to hear us, because your spirit is already with your guides, isn't it? So you need to sort of, it's a little bit like reaching the stars, isn't it? And saying, okay, I'm up there somewhere in spirit, the other element of me, that part of my soul, and I'm going to listen to it with great intent, and I'm going to trust the information of my own soul where I need to lead, and I will trust that the information of spirit will come. Because what we do is when, I would say, when the soul starts to connect to the physical mind, the physical body of the individual that is living, we can then blend with your soul and bring that wonderful blending in and that great communication. Because when I sit here with Janine and she says, well, come on, Richard, come and sit with me, come into my energy. She connects with the higher self. She trusts 110%, my dear, her own spirit to do this. So therefore, I can manipulate the energy and the vibration, my love.
Beautiful. Thank you. Tim is asking, as individuals, what can we do to heal our planet?
Well, of course, you can do many things, as Janine knows, don't you? You grow your plants, don't you? And recycle, and many things that you use in your world. But healing the planet, you see, it comes into a bigger, I would say, a bigger scale, I would say, in vibration. It isn't just about, I was saying, using different things to clean your planet, to recycle, growing your own vegetables, and not using the things that pollute the planet. And of course, this is going to make a great difference for your planet indeed. But the actual real cleansing of Mother Earth is the vibration of the emotions. And you're going to say, well, Richard, how can the emotions cleanse the Mother Earth and give us a cleaner planet to live on? Well, you see, what happens with the physical mind, you see, it starts to go through a healing process in your life, your reincarnated life. And what happens is you pick up on negative vibrations in the mind right from childhood to adulthood, and you learn how to speak to yourself. And sometimes you speak with negativity and vibration. You lose sight of the self. You may criticize the self or judge the self, and many may do it to others. And what eventually happens in the physical realm, it creates like a vibration, isn't it? Like I would say, an energy field that is created and built upon each other within the physical realm. And this is what the human beings are creating. But they're doing this on a subconscious level, my dear, you see. So this is why we encourage you all to go through the emotional healing, so this energy isn't coming into play. But what I would like to say, I need Janine to step back further, because she'll say, well, Richard, I don't believe a word of it. So I need her not to listen to me at all now. So what will happen is you create an energy in the world, yes, through every single human being, every single situation that may occur in the world, even the great wars that occurred, creates an energy force field, doesn't it? But Mother Earth has its own energy force field too. It is the great gravitational pull, isn't it? You have the moon that pulls the great seas in and out. You have the stars, you have the moons, you have the great atmospheric pressures, you have the oxygen that you breathe, and the great sun. That is all affected by the gravitational pull. It is affected by the great universes that surround the planet, that is pulling your planet into perfect alignment in the universe to receive the great blazing sun and the moon, yes. So it is in perfect alignment, but it's all energy, you see. So when all your energies come into play, it can cause a little bit of a disturbance, I would say, in the energetic field vibration of the Earth's plane's atmosphere. And you say, well, Richard, how can the emotions actually do that? I can't figure that one out, Richard, at all. But the emotions have everything to play as well as the sort of environmental factors too. And even the universe, as it manipulates and changes through many planetary systems and many galaxies, can affect Mother Earth and affect your emotions, can't it? The great moon, full moons can affect your emotions, can't it? But it is not in your, I would say, your physical body. It is in the atmosphere of space, but you are still emotionally affected. But you are going to emotionally affect the planet. So what we're trying to do is educate many through Janine, is try to say, you know, do your recycling, do all those things that you need to do in the physical reality, but work on the healing. You see, if I was to say to you that every single human being, millions and trillions of human beings, all decided to speak positively to themselves, to love themselves unconditionally, to heal and speak to one another positively, what would happen to the vibration and the changes of Mother Earth? Even your beautiful plants respond to the voice, don't they? Stimulated by touch, when you feed your plants, they grow. But Mother Earth responds to your emotions, my dear, too. I hope that covers it without Janine getting in the way too much.
I think it was beautiful. Thank you, Richard. Todd is asking, am I on the right life path, or should I switch gears like I want to?
Well, I want to say, you know, the right life path. As we were saying before, you're trying to move on that life path. The expectation, the human mind wants to know it, don't they? You know, you all want to know where you're going, including Janine. You say, well, I want to try and get there. I want to know what is going to happen. It is to come into that present point of energy, being in the moment of your mind, to receive the message from the soul. The soul is going to bring you into that alignment. It is not the physical mind, it is the soul. So we want you to listen to the soul and to receive it through the heart space. Start listening to the self through the heart, and you will receive the information to sort of push you forward. Now, Janine always says, well, you make it so hard for me, Richard. Why can't you just give me the answers? But I always say this to her, and she is starting to understand, my dear.
I love that. I love that. So Julie is asking, can you tell me if my settlements will come through soon?
Well, of course, you have many things that you are trying to. It's coming back to the same answer, isn't it, really? Wanting to know if those settlements are going to move forward, whether they're going to sort out. But I'd like to say to this wonderful lady that it will sort itself out over the next coming months, but it will be exactly where it's meant to be. And if things are a little bit traumatic and it doesn't feel right, it is still exactly where it's meant to be, my dear. It is part of the healing and the growing, and it will open the heart space and bring many lessons. You see, many of you will start to want to know what is going to happen. How am I going to get through this particular challenge in my life? I'm going through a difficult experience. How do I get through this? How do I move through it? Well, the great educator, the wisdom of your soul is all the challenges that you have gone through in many lifetimes, my dears. You have all gone through different challenges, and they are the great providers of your skills, knowledge, and wisdom. For instance, if I speak through Janine like this, it has come from many challenges and experiences, some negative, some positive. But without them, I couldn't communicate through Janine and bring you the knowledge. So what I want you all to do is to wrap your arms around each challenge that comes across you. And if it is negative and it's quite dark, just say, I will come to the light soon. But you must challenge yourselves to heal, because you will come with the book of knowledge, the great Bible that was written before. It has the knowledge of many inspirers that went through challenges. And you will write your own Bible too, as I've said many times. You have the knowledge within you all.
Beautiful. Thank you. Someone is asking, will there ever be peace in Ukraine again?
The peace is in the soul, you see, which is reaching the soul. You have had many wars, many lifetimes, many wars and experiences in your own lifetimes and past reincarnated lives. But you got the Great War, haven't you, of World War II and I, and you've got the Ukraine War and many other wars that have sort of come into the alignment of the world. These wars are sent there to help challenge and to learn. The Great World War II brought many people together in the end, you see. They brought many families together to commune and support each other. It brought humanity together in the end. But you see, they had to go through those challenges, those most difficult, horrendous times to move forward into that alignment of healing. And you're probably going to say, well, Richard, why would the spirit world, why would God put me through all of that? That is not a good thing, to put anybody through a great war, particularly of what is going on in your world at the moment. But believe you me, every single human being on the planet has decided to go through these situations of the great wars, and they will have the great lessons that will bring them the great empowerment and knowledge for the next lifetime, and to bring the new children into your world. Some of the new children that are born into the world have come from great wars, and they have come from great knowledge and wisdom, and they will bring the inspiration through many mediums, many trance mediums, and they will blend through them to bring their knowledge and how to stop these great wars. But as I said before, the great wars are created through the trauma of the minds, the physical minds of each human being. And it is the traumas that trigger these great wars off. And this is why that we work through, Janine. We can't save the world, of course, but we can make a difference to one single human being, of course, at one point, to change the vibration of their trauma, to help them heal and to help stop the fighting, because the fighting starts sort of amongst your families or your siblings or your children, or arguments with friends. Those are the minor discrepancies, and then they lead to the great wars. What we need to do is start from the beginning. I would say the small stuff, isn't it? Fixing with family, mending family traumas, the traumas within yourself, and then the great wars will end. But this, of course, is quite a challenge, isn't it, my dear?
It is. It is beautifully spoken, though. Thank you, Richard. I couldn't agree with you more on that.
Likes to talk quite a lot, doesn't he, my dear?
He does. He does. Hello. How are you?
And I am fine. I pop in from time to time. It is Alice.
Hi,
But I've
Alice.
come to say a few words, if you don't mind. I
Please
don't mean
do.
to jump into the conversation of Richard. We're always sort of jumping over the top of each other because Janine won't let us through necessarily at the right time. But you all have your great faith that you hold on to, and you're all looking for the faith within humanity and in yourselves. And the great faith is all produced through that soul alignment and connection. You see, you believe in your guides, don't you? You believe when they come and communicate, when they bring a loved one through, or you believe when I bring the words to you from this medium, Janine. But we want you to believe in yourselves as much as you believe in your guides, because you are the guide too. You are part of that soul alignment. So we need to bring the faith into the world just a little bit more between you all. And have faith in one another too. You know, many of you will have your traumas. You will have your discrepancies. You might not agree with one another sometimes, and you don't understand one another. But you're all going through trauma, and it's to just have faith in one another, in yourselves, and you will find that the road will be much smoother, won't it, my love?
It will be, Alice. It will be. Thank you so much for popping in. Did you want to answer a question for us, Alice?
Yes, I'm quite happy to stay for a while, my love.
Beautiful. Thank you. Pamela is asking, what do I need to hear Spirit clearer as Spirit speaks?
If you would like to hear it clearer, you said. I'm using Janine's sound frequencies and I can't quite hear you, my love.
Yes, she would like to hear Spirit clearer. How does she do that?
Well, you know, we all come in together and we say virtually the same thing, really, but in a different way for you to understand. It is the trust and faith, isn't it? Like I said, is to have faith in the self first, and then you will have faith in your guides. It's reaching the higher self. I won't complicate it too much. I know Richard likes to bring you the long version, but I will bring it in a shorter version to you. It's just believe in yourselves. You know, you would believe in your children, wouldn't you? You would believe what they have to say to you when they are needing help. You know, and you must trust yourself when you need help too, and to nurture the self, care for yourselves, and trust yourselves more than you trust anybody on the earth plane. Because you are there to be trusted. You know, you're up there in spirit as well, and one day you're going to be speaking up there through a medium, and they're going to trust you too. So we want you to start the trusting down here as well. That will comes a great benefit to you. So once you start to trust the vibration completely of yourself, you know, you trust your best friends, don't you? You say, well, I have a really close friend and I really trust them completely 100%. But we want you to have that view amongst yourselves. This is about healing you, and then you will have trust in your spiritual team and the people and friends around you. I hope that helps it out a little bit more, my love.
It's beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Now, Jamie is asking, should I start exploring trance mediumship? And how do you deepen your abilities within trance once you start?
Of course, and I will try to keep Janine out of the way for this one because she knows quite a lot. But what I want to do is bring a little bit more that she may not understand, so I can bring you something. So you all want to trance blend. Well, of course, you know, it is, I would say it's about trusting the self, isn't it, as Alice has said. Trusting yourself completely that you're going to be absolutely fine, because of course your soul is never going to hurt you, is it? And of course, you know, when you are blending with trance energy, your soul is coming in to blend with you. It is a separate entity to you in the physical plane too, even though it is part of you, you see. So you need to trust yourself completely. and that will come close to blend with you, and your soul will start to align with your energy. And of course your trance guides will come and blend with your soul too within that vibration. So it is about trust and faith at the end of the day for you all. But how do we actually blend with you? Well, we don't jump straight into your bodies, my dear, you see. What we do is we come into the auric field, but bearing in mind you have the, I would say, the planet that you live on, isn't it, Mother Earth? You have the atmosphere, you have the gravity, as we explained before, and many portals of energy that is created through your own soul alignment, like the Lion's Gate, yes. Comes back to the same thing. So we have to work through all those energies. Imagine how hard it is for us to blend with you all. We have to come through the gravitational pull of Mother Earth. We have to manipulate our own consciousness and spiritual vibration to slow down or speed up with the vibration of Mother Earth. And that is before we've even entered a portal into your world. And we have to manipulate that vibration too. And then we come to your soul, don't we? You see? And if you're not trusting it, I would say it would make it harder. But if you're in a more trusting in vibration and you're not holding any fear into that space, we will manipulate the blending with your soul, your facet. But there are millions and trillions parts of your fragments of soul all over the place. If I was to try to, I would say, describe it, you would be trying to comprehend it for the rest of your life. So I would say it in, a simple term. So we come to blend with your soul, and that is the last part. And then we enter the auric field. But of course, when we get to that stage, you already have a fair amount of trauma there that is unresolved. So it already depends on how much healing you've done and how close we can come to your auric layers. So then this is why that we tend to work with Janine with the healing. And you will notice that we are always talking about the healing vibration in trance. It is because it is my energy, you see. I'm manipulating Janine all the time. So we will encourage trance mediums to heal. So once we get to that auric field, we can then manipulate it. And then we can manipulate your healing and work with you through that process. And sometimes we will bring, I would say, Janine away from her work sometimes, and we will say, right, we don't want you to do anything, my love. She gets a little bit frustrated at times, but we say we want you to physically and emotionally heal. So then when you come back, we can step closer into the auric field. But that is what the blending process is. It is a long and quite challenging event, and this can go on for many lifetimes. For instance, if a medium is already a trance medium in another life and she comes into this life like Janine, we would have already worked with her in another lifetime, so we'll come into this lifetime too to manipulate the healing further, to get closer. So if you're all sitting there saying, well, okay, my guides aren't quite speaking yet, how do they come closer into my auric field? Well, this is what it's all about. If you come away and try not to worry about how close we're getting, and focus on the self, come into that beautiful heart space, come into the healing, be with your families, my dears. Come with your families, be with your children, be with the self, heal yourselves, heal your families, because the vibration that it will create will be that perfect blending for trance. So do not worry, just sit when you can, my dears.
Beautiful, Richard, beautiful. And thank you. Welcome back. Holly is asking, how can I start working on releasing anger held within and not sure where it comes from always?
Well, we're all a little bit angry, aren't we?
Oh, hello. Hi, Ethel.
No points being angry. Half the world's angry, aren't they?
Yeah.
Janine gets a little bit angry sometimes, and I have to say, come on, Janine, you don't have to be angry. What you got to understand is you all got your houses, haven't you? You sit in your houses, they're like your kingdom, aren't they? And you've got all your bits and pieces around, you've got the things that make you happy. But sometimes energy will come in that makes you angry, doesn't it? It could be a friend or family, it could be a life event or a healing challenge. But what you got to understand is that you own your own energy, don't you?
Yeah.
It's a little bit like boundaries. You got to understand your own energy. That belongs to you. That's part of your soul, isn't it? And if somebody comes into it and off balances it and makes it all over the place and you feel a little bit out of alignment, you got to say to yourself, okay, this is my energy, it belongs to me. And you got to understand that the other people have their energy too. Your families have their own energy. Your friends have your own energy. They have their own vibration. But if you stand away and say, well, okay, it is okay for you to be the way you are because you're going on your healing journey and you understand the way you are and it is okay for you to be yourselves too. Don't be angry with one another. No point in that, is there? Janine gets angry sometimes. I have to calm her down. There's no point in anger. It's just the energy that's wasted. Just waste your time not doing that. It's not going to serve you any purpose. What we want you to do is spend time with yourself, being happy. Do the things that inspire you, my loves.
Beautiful. Thank you, Alpha. Thank you. Now, I have Elise asking, what will my next job be then?
You want to know where you're going again?
Yes, we always do, don't we?
What job are you going to do next? Well, you got to listen to that heart, my love. It will tell you where you're meant to be. You will find the right job that suits you. Once you feel really comfortable and you say, well, that job's quite nice, I feel really comfortable with that, I feel in alignment with it, then it's your soul telling you it's the right thing to do, isn't it, my love? That's all I have to say about it.
Beautiful. Thank you. I like this one. This one's a little bit different a question. It's from somebody that does paranormal investigations here. And she is asking if when she's doing it, is she actually interacting with the different timelines and dimensions, or is she interacting with spirits that have decided to stay behind?
Of course, I will say this is quite a difficult one because many of you will understand the residual energy, won't you? You will understand that residual energy coming into your vibration. And I would say that many of you will call it the stone theory. So many of your buildings and vibration, many locations will hold on to that residual energy. It's a little bit like a video that has been recorded, isn't it, my dear? So it is recorded and you pick up on it as a medium. But how do I tell the difference, you see? That's the question you want to all know. How do I tell the difference between communicating with the residual energy or a spiritual being? Well, of course, it's connecting to your own soul again, isn't it? It is all about trust. It is all about understanding the vibration and the different techniques of communication, because you'll have the residual energy, of course, and you will have the great communication from spirit, but you'll also have the energy and vibrations, and I would say psychic view of the human beings in the location too. So you've got these, I would say, 3 factors that are coming into play. Now I need to get Janine to stand back a little bit, but how do you tell the difference between the 3 of them, you see? But how you tell is connecting to your spirit and understanding the information that it needs to bring through and trusting that vibration, you see? And how do you divide those, I would say, different techniques? Well, you have different planes of dimensions, don't you? You have the spiritual plane that is sort of created a portal in a location, I'm going to say, where the spirit realm come in. So if you take yourself to a certain energy point, I would say I've worked with Janine with this, and she says that she's inexperienced with this sort of work, but she has more experience than she knows, but I'm behind that. But you can look for the energy portals, different loopholes of connection within locations and buildings. And I would say that that will be the connection to the spirit realm. But when you want to read the residual energy in a location, it is more of a feeling of going around and saying, well, okay, I want my spirit team to bring me the memories of the location. It is about trusting your team. I would say trust the team that you are working with and your guides, because they will teach you how to learn the difference. So you will learn the difference between, I would say, residual and spiritual, and I would say psychically with the individuals that are living there in that space. It is divide the two, because many mediums will walk into a location and they will feel this cascade of all different things and they can't tell the difference. It is about coming into the alignment of your own spirit. It comes back to the same thing that we were talking about before. You need to trust the information to start with, and then you need to connect to your spirit team to bring I would say, the evidence through and to tell you which is which and what is doing, isn't it? But of course it takes much practice, I would say, and great skill of the medium, my love, and the guides.
Beautiful, Richard. Thank you. Now, somebody is asking here, is heaven a tiered system of different levels of learning or spirituality?
Well, of course, you understand different vibrations, I would say different dimensions, isn't it? You all associate the 3D, don't you? The physical world, as Janine associates this, and you see 5D consciousness as well, and you all understand that. But these levels of vibration is all part of your soul, your fragments of your souls and many other spiritual beings and souls. And it is the wealth of communication and healing that has happened over many millennia and many light years that elevates the vibration, you see. These vibrations rise through the healing process, through every single human being, through every, I would say, lifetime in experience. And when they go to spirit, they take their knowledge with them, which starts to rise the vibrations in the spiritual realm. So there isn't really, I don't want to get into trouble with Janine. I know that you all understand different levels and higher levels and lower levels. They are all the same, really. It depends where you're merging into that vibration at the time. It depends where you are, I would say, in your healing vibration, in your auric layers, what you are healing from in that particular lifetime, and what you are going through, my dears. It depends what, I would say, what vibration that you will be merging with that consciousness. You see, you are, I would say, all different in your vibration. You are all equal. You're not all the same, you see. You understand these higher levels of vibration, and we can go up to the 12th and 15th dimension, but we only give you these interpretations so you understand and feel comfortable. But actually the vibration is all to do with the healing, and it occurs, I would say, in the great spirit realm as well, because of course, you know, we're in spirit and we are still learning, and I would say healing too. So we are rising the vibration there also, my dear.
Oh, so beautiful. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. So when we're talking about the other side, heaven, what are the difference between different guides, different people that help us?
The great guides that you understand. I talk through Janine, you see. You all understand me as Richard, but I have had many lifetimes. I am many different souls, you see. I'm even having another lifetime somewhere else. So I will say to you that we come in a way that you will want to understand, that you are feeling comfortable with. So we will bring an element of one of our lifetimes to you, and a personality that you are feeling completely at ease with, because of course we're in spirit. So we will do what we once enjoyed, I would say, when we were alive, and we bring it into the spirit realm, the activities that we once lived or did and experienced. But of course, you're in the physical realm too, aren't you? So we will only bring you what makes you feel secure. And I am Richard, of course, but I have had many lifetimes, but I come in a way that makes Janine feel comfortable and settled with my vibration and trusting every word that I bring. So I would say to you, just accept and understand what we bring, and just accept with love.
Beautiful. Thank you, Richard. I only have a couple more questions here. One person is asking, what is a twin flame then?
The great twin flame is the great element of you, isn't it? It goes back to the same question, as I have said before, the answers to your questions, my dear Janine, getting in the way there. But yes, the twin flame is the very aspect of you in the spirit realm, so it can come in that vibration and that form. It's the other facet of you, so you have the male and female version of the spirit, which is part of your soul too. But also many can meet their twin flame physically in their lifetime, and they have chosen, I would say, to come together, I would say, in this lifetime, which would be a little bit complex. But sometimes the souls are fractured, so the both twin flames will come together, and sometimes the souls will be slightly fractured through a healing experience they went through together, I would say, in another lifetime, you see. So this is why Janine does not know this, but this is why twin flames in the physical realm have quite complicated relationships, because there are fractured parts of their soul still sort of floating around in the spirit, still trying to master and understand each other from a traumatic experience. That is why that they are quite difficult. So I know that Janine thinks, well, yes, I know they're quite difficult, the relationships, but I didn't know why. But this is why that they have trouble, I would say, in this lifetime to commune and come together, if you see what I mean.
Beautiful. Thank you. Now, one last question. Can you please help us understand who the council are and how we interact with them or work with them?
'Tis white feather.
You're mine, aren't you?
I come and I try to talk through this medium. I always say this, but you ask for the great council. The great Pride Lands had many ancestors. We believed and we trusted within them. We looked upon the great stars and the moon. We asked for the great guidance through the great suns. Our great ancestors would talk through them. They would reach us. They are the great council, as you ask. But your great planes that you all walk in this lifetime, you receive the same messages the same way as we did in our time. But your trusting and believing is not there always at the times that is needed. You need to believe in what you don't see. You need to believe in the great ancestors that you do not hear. They are always there to guide you on your path. It is not the seeing that is needed. It is not the great hearing that is needed. The great council cannot be seen or heard. They can only be believed. You have to believe in the great self. The great council resides within you all. The great council is the great white spirit. You are all the great white spirits. Each soul that is connected to you all is part of the great council. You have no awareness of your great knowledge yet, or your great skills within yourself yet. You have only touched the surface. You are only walking the beginnings of your great plains, your great paths. We have walked the great plains ourselves in our lifetimes. We learned from the ancestors. Believe in the knowing. Believe in what you feel. The great heart will tell you all. But I step back from this medium for now. As much trust is needed for me to speak through this lady, this medium. She resists my great voice I bring through, but she must trust that I am here, as you all must trust the Great Spirit. Trust your hearts. You are the great counsel that you are searching for, because we see you all within. But I step back now.
Thank you, White.
Bye.
Thank you, White Feather. Goodbye. Thank you, Richard and Alice and Ethel and White
God
Feather,
bless you all.
for coming through.
I will bring Janine back now, my dear. She's a little bit tired.
She is. I can see this. Thank you so much.
God bless you all.
You haven't gone yet, you know.
Hi, Ethel. I love hearing from you, Ethel. Welcome back, Janine.
Oh, hello. God, I don't even know where I am now. I'm boiling. I feel really weird. I feel like I'm in a floating. I'm struggling to get back inside my own body at the moment.
Well, White Feather came through again, so he had a lot to speak about. So
I don't know what hell was said, but I just went to sleep. Oh my God.
You'll have to watch the replay. It was beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, do you know, I never listened back because I'd done a demo for, I think it was Joanne the other week, and she still listened back, and I still haven't listened back. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I'll listen to my own recordings if I put them up on the group or what have you. But when it comes to demos, I'd never seem to listen back. Maybe I should. I don't know.
No, I believe it. And I just thank you so much, because this was the most beautiful demonstration of trance. And the comments are like, oh my gosh, just amazing. And they're just blown away, which I knew it would be, because I watched, we've done this before, you and I. So.
Oh, I mean, I'm still learning. I'm still a newbie, but since I think I'd done your reading quite a while ago tonight, but since your reading, I went away and had a break and I've really done some inner work. So yeah, it's but I still class myself as a beginner, I'm still.
We all are, aren't we? But it's such a beautiful world. Such a beautiful world. I think you probably need to go take a rest. I could see on your face you were starting to get tired, and then White Feather came through, and I went, "Oh boy, oh boy, this one's a hard one." So
I've had hay fever all week as well, which hasn't helped my trance, and it's really annoying this time of the year when it starts up. But I went through it last year, and I just thought, you know what, they're still going to come through. They take it off me.
They do. Beautiful, beautiful. And I will tell you what, for the first time in my experience, Ethel, Alice, and Richard gave way to let Ethel and Alice both come through to ask questions, and it was beautiful and really speak quite a bit. So it was amazing to just witness that. So thank you. And I don't know if everybody else noticed, but not only does your voice change, but your face changes and the shape of it
Doesn't
changes.
it?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. You
Because I
know,
don't ever see myself as because some mediums are really good at transfiguration, aren't they?
yeah.
But I don't class myself as that at all. I've never really looked to see if there's any face changes. It's
No,
quite nice for you
I
to
don't know if
say,
anybody
so.
else is watching it, but with Richard, he's got a thicker neck, a thicker face, you know?
Yeah.
And Alice gets very, very tight in your face, so your whole neck
Really?
changes, like, it gets it's yeah, it was like, or Ethel pulls you back really tight, not Alice, I apologize.
Yeah.
Ethel starts to, but Alice really pulls it back like she's a little girl, you know, just very tight and youthful, and of course, White Feather comes in and it gets extra chins, but they're like skin and they kind of pull back. So your face gets wider and does that. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure how many people watched it, but I'm always in awe. I am in awe.
But White Feathers have been but he's been with me for years, but
Mhm.
he's been a real recent addition. He's only really been speaking through me for the last couple of months properly, and I'm still trying to let go with him. But first, one of the times he came through, I came out of trance and all my back locked up because his energies, I felt like I was in a crisp bag, and I was all like, oh my God, but it's getting easier. But sometimes I can't let go with him because I feel so rigid.
Ah, that scares me because because when he came through on my reading, he said he was going to talk through me also. And I was like, oh boy.
Is he your guide as well?
I
then?
don't know because he came through in our reading and he said that he would be talking through me when I finally released and let go. He'd be talking through me also. So I was like, oh boy.
White Feather works with millions and
Yeah,
trillions of mediums, doesn't he? He works
he
with so
does.
many mediums, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just amazing, really. I do have a friend who has White Feather as well as a guide, and he really works with both of us, but he loves working with everybody. White
Yeah.
Feather does. I mean,
Oh,
he
I love
just,
it.
you know.
I love that. And people don't realize that, my guide can be your guide, can be somebody else's guide. There's a lot. I
Absolutely.
know when I go into trance, I have Grayco, I have Arena, and I can't think of his name. Oh my God, Giuliano. All of a sudden it was like, oh, he escaped me. But I have those three main ones that come through. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, some mediums say to me, oh, Richard visited, or Ethel, when they heard him in their kitchen or something like that. And they say, oh, you don't mind? I thought, why would I mind? I'm absolutely overjoyed when my guides go and work with somebody else or say hello, because that gives me evidence to say, oh, I'm not actually going completely deluded and they're actually real. So
Exactly. I love that.
yeah.
Well, beautiful, Janine. I have to get on to do their weekly reading, but thank you
Oh my
so
gosh, yeah.
much for coming in and doing this. I know this is so much on you and so much.
Anytime, honestly,
Oh,
anytime.
you know it.
Anytime.
I'm going to bring you on again, probably after the first of the year sometime because it's just so much and so much beauty you have to offer people. And I love the fact that people can see that. So thank you.
Is it okay for me to close in prayer just quickly?
Please do. Please do.
Okay. May we thank our beautiful guides for coming forward and our guides and teams in the spirit world for supporting this space. But we asked to end the session, so it is. Amen. So I got this thing about like setting the intent and stuff. So.
Oh, I love it. I love it because I will tell you what, when you started to go in, as we've spoke before, I can feel the ectoplasm in your throat building up. But I could feel Richard coming in, and when he came in, I went, "Hello, Richard," because I could feel, before you even started speaking, I'm like, "Hello, Richard," because I could feel him and he was with you. I was like, so beautiful. Oh yeah, if it wasn't for you starting to talk, I was going with you. It was it was gonna be two trans mediums talking to each other, going, I don't know where this just went, but it was
tell you what,
really.
anytime you want to sit in trance, let our guides speak to each other or anything like that, just give me a call.
I definitely will. That would be so much fun. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we'll have to do that sometime. That would be awesome. Awesome. Thank you. I've never experienced it. Two guys talking to each other, so that'd be fun.
But I have to say to you, sweetheart, thank you for having me, because it means such a lot, because you've given me a chance, and that to me is that I'm not interested in fame or any of that stuff or any of it. The fact that you've given me and my guys a chance, it means a lot, because it's been a tough journey.
Always. And people can find you through Rainbow.
Rainbow Bridges Church or just Rainbow Bridges group, or you can come onto my profile. And I've opened up just a new group recently. The Spirit told me to do it. Trance School of Teaching. So I'm going to start doing workshops and blending circles on a Friday there too. So it's all new. It's only been open a couple of weeks. So
you know, and I wasn't able to come to this last. There are a few of them I can't come to because I'm traveling on all these Fridays. But you'll definitely see me there. You will definitely.
Bless you, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Miss Janine. You have a beautiful day, beautiful evening there. And for everybody else, I'll be back in a few minutes with School Through Spirit here with DeEtte Ranae. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, how do I get out of here?
Would you like to be a part of something new, something different? Host a show with WLTK-DB Talk Radio and dare to be different. We offer full production and live engineering of your show by a real person, not a pesky computer. Just visit WLTK-DB.com and click pricing to get started. It's not as much as you think and a great way for you to get your message to the world. Better hurry. Slots fill up fast and you don't want to miss out on this excellent opportunity. Visit WLTK-DB.com and contact us for more information now. WLTK-DB Talk Radio. Paranormal talk is our business, and business is good. From its beginnings, Used was created to unleash the excellence of nature's healing powers and bring them to people everywhere. With almost 90 years in the market, they are considered a worldwide pioneer in complete herbal wellness therapy. All Swiss Used products are natural, essential oil-based, pleasant, and harmonious. They are extracted from plants and herbs with the latest technology to ensure the best results. Swiss Used Live Healthy with consultant Stephanie will guide you in the right direction to find the perfect essential products just for you. For example, have an upset tummy? Try our soothing chamomile that has not only been used by many, but trusted for years. Keep in mind, you just can't get these amazing oils at your local shopping center. They're just too special. For that, you need a connection. And that connection is Stephanie. Want some? Then head on over to Facebook and search Swiss Used Live Healthy. That's Swiss Used Live Healthy. And contact Stephanie today.
Hello, everybody. This is DeEtte here back with School Through Spirit on WLTK-DB.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. Oh my God, what an amazing, amazing show this has been. I can't tell you how much I just adore Janine. She is just so awesome. I can't even tell you. I just cannot express to you how amazing Janine is. And I will, you know what, to have a one-on-one reading with her it's not very expensive. But trust me, it's worth it. It's worth it. You just seen how all of her guides speak. They're, like I said, very philosophical. They're not the, is my boyfriend coming back type thing. It's even if you ask that question, it's going to be very philosophical. It's going to have you look within yourself, look deeper within yourself to really give you answers for life and growth, which is just miraculous. So with that being said, I hope you go to Rainbow Bridges or her Facebook site and kind of look at her, think about getting a one-on-one reading with her, because truly it's just amazing. It's beautiful. So let's do our weekly card reading. Oh my God. Yes. Everybody's like, so many questions. Yes. And that's just it. So I apologize if somebody doesn't think I caught their question. I did. I was realizing with some of the questions, the guys were actually answering them prior. So I wasn't trying to not, bring attention to somebody, but I also understood that through the answers, the questions were being answered, if that makes sense to everybody. So, and then some of them, I tried to kind of join the questions together a little bit, just to allow Richard or whoever to give a broader scope. So I do hope everybody realizes I did that, and I wasn't not, bringing somebody through on some level. So I hope I got to everybody's questions. So we're going to do our weekly card reading. We're doing 1 through 5 today. As you know, 5 card stud is how we play this. I'm using Denise Lynn's Sacred Travel Oracle deck. Here you go. Love this card deck. Just start using it. So, so pick 1 card, 2 card, all 5 cards, whatever you like, and we'll go from there. Okay. So card number 1. I just feel like this is so lame compared to Janine, but you know what? I love doing it anyway. So card number 1, distant thunder, clear the air. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, you can see things coming, can't you? You pick card number 1. You can see things coming. You can see it like you feel in yourself. Things just need to be cleaned up in your life. Okay. And this is looking at, whether it be conversations or thoughts with other people, thoughts within your mind, decluttering your space, decluttering your life. It is all of those things. Okay. If you pick number 1, that's time for you just to kind of clear it all out and be able to move forward. Okay. And what a better date to have this card. Card number 2, for all those choosing your path. All is possible. Oh my God. Isn't that fitting for today? Choose your path. All is possible. I like this card because this really is, guys, you know what your path is. You don't need me. You don't need this. You need that. It's your interest. It's your commonality of throughout your life. If you look at all your interests, all your passions, all those things you've kind of jumped on, and you start to really kind of list those, okay, you're going to see a commonality throughout all of those. And that's really going to help you to see the path that you've been on, this mission in life, okay? But realize that no matter what it is you choose, there is no possibility in there that you cannot get to, okay? There is nothing you cannot do within that path. Trust me with that. So if number 2 it is, trust me, you've chose your path. You're on your path. You can't get off your path. You just have to see where you can expand within it. Card number 3, desert passage. Desert passage. Trust there's a divine plan. Trust. Isn't that funny? That word trust. So I like this because you know what? What a beautiful way of looking at this, because if you think about the desert, if you think about nothing but sand everywhere, there's no points to look at to say, take a right here, it's not like you take a right at the cactus. Okay. It's not like you get to the big building and take a left. You just really have to trust your own direction. You have to trust that, you know what, you were going to get from point A to point B. My nose is going to actually itching. But trust that you're getting from point A to point B. Trust that spirit has got you out there, and that spirit is just helping you to follow your path. We're all blind in this, guys. We are all blind in this. Yes, we come to this lifetime with a path, with a purpose. We come with a mission statement, okay? But do we know it up here? Rarely do we know it. We just have to have blind faith that God's got that path, that we have divinely put it together for ourselves, and that we are going to get exactly where we need to be. So have a little bit more trust. Okay, card number 4, crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. I'm starting to see a theme here, guys, for the whole show and now. So crossing bridges, it's time for healing, connecting, and mending, and releasing. Pick number 4. Guess what you're doing today and this week? You are going to be healing something probably a little bit more major than you wanted to. So whatever this is in your lifetime that you've been going, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to recognize this. I don't want to give any energy to this. It's time to heal it, and it's time to put it behind you. Okay? It is time to go over that rainbow bridge of your own. Doesn't mean die, guys. I'm not talking about that kind of a bridge, but your own rainbow bridge, because it's always going to be brighter on the other side of that healing. Okay? So go find the pot of gold within your own life. And the 5th and final one, discovering your truth. You stand in the light of truth. Oh my God, I like this card. You stand in the light of your truth. I love this because when you're looking at this card, you know what I mean? There's so many paths. There's so much going on. You see everybody looking one way. Everybody's looking up that hill. Everybody's looking to the obvious. What can you see? but you have one person looking off to the side going, you know what? I'm going to pack my bag and I'm going to take to the left. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to discover that, because why? That is you. Okay. You don't need to have somebody else's drum. You just need your own. You need to beat your own drum. You need to walk your own path. You have to believe in yourself. And this is your time to do that. Okay. Believe in you, stand in you, and stop listening to everybody else tell you what you are or are not supposed to do. This is your life. Okay. So card number 1 was distant thunder, clearing that air, clearing the space around you. Card number 2 is choosing your path. All is possible. There's no no's in this. Number 3 was a desert passage. There's a divine plan. We just need to trust in it. So trust in yourself, trust in spirit, trust in where you're going blindly. Card number 4 is crossing those bridges, guys. It's time to heal. It's time to finally give up the shit and move to brighter pastures. And card number 5 was discovering your truth. Stand in your own power, standing in your own truth, knowing that you are going to get, you know what? This is your life. I mean, who wants to get to the last days of our life and go, oh, I should have done it my way? No, I think they wrote songs about that. Should have done it my way. Matter of fact, yeah. Is that Frank Sinatra? So for anybody that picked number 5, I think it's Frank Sinatra. Do it my way. Did it my way. Listen to that song because you can learn a lot by it. Okay. With that being said, that is your card reading for the day. That's your card reading for the day. So, okay. Yes, Frank. It is Frank. Thank you, Modula. Thank you. So let's talk about all of these shows. Why do I always feel like the show is really a personal reading? Because it's supposed to. That means I'm doing my job, Tim. That means I'm doing my job. Because remember, this is a spiritual-based show. Spiritual-based show, which is always amazing. Oh, I need to show you guys something that I got this weekend. Hold on. Because it's about speaking my truth. I got myself a crown this weekend, guys. Do you like my crown? Do you like my crown? I got myself a crown. Why? Because I've decided I'm a queen. That's all there is. I'm the queen of my own life, guys. I'm the queen of my destiny. I'm the queen of my path. And I wanted to bring abundance into it and make sure there is nothing that can get in my way. Okay. So I bought myself a citrine crown. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I love my crown. I love my crown. So there you go. I'm the queen of my life. Nobody's going to knock me off my own pedestal. I went and got a temporary tattoo of a crown. I got my raven birds underneath it. This was my intention for the weekend. Okay, yes, I was at an event, and it was at Calumet, but in my own mind, I was at Camelot, and I put a crown in my head, and I put a gold crown on my arm, and I put gold ravens on my arm too. So there you go. I got it at an event, the lady that makes these. I wish I got her contact information because I probably would have gotten a whole lot more of a model up. But if I could find that out, I will let you guys know. So set your intention, guys, of who you are. This is mine. I'm the queen of my own life, and nobody's going to knock me off my throne because trust me, later I'm going to make my own staff, my own little wand. I'm going to make myself a wand. And I'm going to rock that wand. So, got to bring up the picture. Oh my God, why do I always lose this? Oh my God, it's not good because we have so many more shows coming in, so many amazing things happening. I think, Todd, I honestly, I know what I did. I erased that picture. Not good. So I'm going to go off the top of my head with what I know throughout the week. Oh, thank you, Estelle, for coming back on and just saying hello. I appreciate it because, yes, guys, I honestly think I lost all of the shows in my head. So we do start this morning with myself, School Through Spirit here on WLTK-DB. From there, we go on at noon. Here is Monday Monsters with Barnaby Jones. He is phenomenal. Found the list, guys. Awesome. So Barnaby Jones is on at noon, and that is, again, Monday Morning Monsters with Barnaby. Tonight we have Be the Change with Christina Bloom. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. is Unfiltered with yours truly, DeEtte Ranae. At 7 p.m. it's Moment to Moment with Linda Hope. That's a newer show, guys. An awesome show. And then at 10 p.m. is Pete Orbea with Pete Paranormal Pete. Wednesdays, we have the Psychic Hour with Kelly Brickle at 3. Over the Target with Missy Hart and Nicole Ford is on at 8 p.m. Thursday mornings, we start the day with Chat with Charlie Lynn. Okay, and it's actually Chat with Charlie with Stephanie Lynn. So then we have got Realm of Darkness with Rennie Rodriguez and Ashley Marino at 7 p.m. Afterlife Chronicles with Nicole Strickland at 8 p.m. And then 9 p.m. Voices of the Dead with Kenneth Drake. It is a newer show too, which is awesome. And Fridays, we start again with Missy Hart of The Good Shit Show. At 3 p.m. it's the Psychic Hour reading show with Kelly Brickle. And Secrets Within with Rennie Rodriguez is at 8 p.m. I do also want to let you know that our very own Todd is coming back. Oh my God, I need to find his thing. Hold on. WLTK. I got to find the page so that I can go, here you go. And I got to tell you about this. Oh my God, I got to shut my own voice off. So, okay, let me see. I got to find it because I know it's coming. I know there's been a post about it somewhere and I want to be the first to announce it. About Haunted Voices. I know it's there, Todd. Where's it at? I think it's coming back on Friday evenings. And that's Haunted Voices. Thank you. If I just look up in the comments, I'll be able to find it. September 16th, Fridays at 10 p.m. Central. So it's an evening show, guys. It's an evening show. It's a show that was there. It takes a break for the summer. And Todd just really works on the station, but he brings back his own show again, September 16th, Friday nights, at 10 p.m. Central Time. And it is Todd Bates and Nicole Strickland. They co-hosted together. So please come on and join us, guys. Please, I'll tell you what, we have so much fun. More the merrier. If you want a show, and we have more shows coming in September. Oh my God, we have more shows coming in September. I'm not sure if the dockets are full. If they're not, squeeze in there. Get your spot. I'll tell you what, we are an empire that's growing, and we're just loving this station and loving building our family. So please come on in and do more with us. If you want to come in and buy an ad for the radio, again, these are all over. You see the ad quality. They're amazing. I mean, Todd does an amazing ad. All you have to do is send him the content that you want in your ad, and he creates the ad. Now, that ad goes from month to month. So, yes, it is a month that you have to pay for it. But trust me, he shows it throughout the shows, and then it goes into the podcast form. So as soon as we are into the podcast, like after this show, it goes into podcast form. That ad goes with. So you are paying for something for live for every month, but it stays in the podcast for an eternity. Okay, guys? So with that being said, I'm going to see if there's any other comments. I do need to let you know who's on the next one. I have not, but you know what, James, if you know them, send me their information, James, PM it to me, and I would love to interview Jeff Davis or Ash Natterhoff from the show Alaskan Killer Bigfoot. I would love to. It's not me, though. You know what? Hey, Todd, is Barnaby bringing them on? Is Barnaby bringing those on? I'm not sure. I don't know. That might be Barnaby, James, not myself. Let me see. Oh, yes. There you go. Yes. So there you go, James. Yes, they are going to be on. So stay with the station. If you go to WLTK-DB and click on the show at noon, it is Barnaby that's going to have them on. And I didn't know that. So Barnaby is interviewing Jeff Davis and Ash Natterhoff from the show Alaskan Killer Bigfoot in an hour. So there you go, guys. Okay. For myself next week, I've got David Schwerin on. Okay. And he's going to come on and talk about his journey. So, guys, I can't wait to see you again next week. I'm going to love you guys and say goodbye for today. Thank you for joining me. This has been DeEtte here on School Through Spirit with WLTK-DB.com. Thank you, guys.